This particular captain that I'm running is actually not ideal for this particular ship. This actually shares a captain with my Mogador, which does not run AFT. Which, for those of you who might not immediately know what that is, that's the 4-point skill that extends your main battery range. And I have a fucking two blacklisted people. That's amazing, but whatever. We'll deal with it. So I'm running no AFT Marceau, which can help or hurt depending on how you look at it. But let's see here. Hornet's gonna be annoying to deal with. Des Moines, Salem, and Plymouth all have radar. Hipper and Henri, I don't care too much about, although the Henri is gonna be annoying at least. Z-42, Marceau, and Holland for destroyer threats, and a U-4501. We spawned on north-south spawn. So we're going to kick this one off with going, and I'm probably going to reverse right around here, just so I can accelerate and kite out. Let's see. We have a Petro and a Worcester over here to support us. Decent ships in their own rights. The Petro hopefully is going to play at least semi-well. His radar will definitely come in handy if it's the 42 or the Holland over here. So, back to the whole AFT thing. That can help or hurt depending on how you look at it. The way I play Marceau is I love to pick destroyer gunfights because Marceau has the single highest sustained HE DPM for any tier 10 destroyer. And in order to leverage that, I spec this thing basically fully into the guns, which, I mean, it's a French destroyer, of course you're going to do that. But also, in doing so, I neglected speccing into AFT so that when I'm fighting a destroyer and I kill it, or it smokes up, whichever happens first, my gun bloom will immediately go back down because my detection range, instead of blooming out to like, I think 13.6 is the AFT range, it'll only bloom out to 11.5, so it gives you a much easier time to disengage. We are detected, and it's not the Marceau, it's not the Holland, it's the Z-42 that's over here. So, knowing that, okay, there's the Marceau. We know the Marceau's headed over here. We're just going to kind of tank this Plymouth, basically. The fun thing about Plymouth is that it is obviously, being a British cruiser, is AP only. There's also something out here. Wouldn't mind if that guy would hit a radar right now. What I'm gonna try and do is, that destroyer is like right there because I went dark. Let's see. Petro, can you please hit your radar? And this is what I was talking about just a second ago. With that Plymouth being 12 kilometers away, I was able to disengage right there. Because when the Z-42 smoked up, he wasn't close enough to spot me. Showing broadside to the Z-42 also hurts. Those 100, I think they're 105 millimeter guns, is actually able to arm destroyer armor piercing, so took a lot more damage than I'd have liked to during that. That Marceau was still sitting there. Let's see. Des Moines is not. Well, actually, he is pushing up right now. That is actually suboptimal for me, because I do not want to deal with that. Just gonna pop a some Make-A-Wish torps out there. We also don't have our engine boost right now. I'm just going to let them have C right now because we did end up taking B basically uncontested. So even if they get C, the fact that we have B is going to balance it out points gain wise. So I'm not too worried about it at this second. I just got shot at from somewhere. What was that? It's the Salem. Alright. Des Moines has finito problems. No wonder he's backing off. Am I gonna get these resets off in time? Only time will tell. Nope. Looks like someone else got the resets though. And these are very floaty shells if you can't already tell. These are actually the same shell arcs as the Americans. So hitting a kiting destroyer is a pretty not fun thing to do. Or I'm just bad at the game. There's also that very distinct possibility. I really want to try and pick a gunfight with that Z42 again. Although the lack of radar is suboptimal. I don't think that Plymouth is going to round that corner all the way. I'm going to launch my torps at a pretty tight angle there. And Z42 is still around here. It's gonna hurt. Yeah. Got a couple of hits on him. I'm gonna try and maybe reverse out to like right here and get some farm on this Bismarck, but it looks like he's kiting away already. So let's see. No luck on those guys. Unless that Plymouth is just going to reverse where he is. I don't think any of those torps are going to hit. No. It's unlucky. Marceau ate a bunch of damage from something. Oh shit. That's suboptimal accelerate. Oh, and that too is what you call suboptimal. Well, I am angled away, so we should be okay. I'm not gonna be able to use all of my gunpowder here because I don't want to show broadside to the Plymouth. Because that's how you take a lot of damage from those Royal Navy destroyers. Similar to that Z42, its armor piercing will not overmatch you, but if it catches you broadside, it will hurt a lot. You saw that earlier with the Z42, and I was luckily able to not demonstrate it with the Plymouth there. But these Royal Navy cruisers, 152mm armor piercing does not overmatch your destroyer armor. So if you have to tank a radar, as long as your bow or stern in, you'll be mostly okay. I mean, you might take some pen damage on like your superstructure, but for the most part, you'll be okay. So, what do we got going on right now? There's a Plymouth over here who's in his smoke. What I'm gonna honestly try and do here is I'm gonna aim to get this Z42 gone, and because my detection range is only going to bloom to 11 kilometers, that means that I am now undetected. And we were luckily able to dodge that. And uh, Plymouth is still in his smoke, so who knows? We might get lucky on that. Gonna. I'm not gonna be able to get a torpedo shot on these guys. That angle's too near. Well, honestly, I'm just gonna white line those. You never know your luck. And we're going to go back to leveraging our absurd DPM. Or we're gonna be trying to, rather. Alright. That guy's down. Now we're just going to farm us some battleships for the rest of this game. Or... okay. This game's going to last a little while longer. I'm going to try and get a fire going on these guys. They did eat torpedoes there. Alsace ate 3, the Bismarck ate 1. Try and aim for some fires here. And I'm not too worried about the Bismarck secondaries. There's the fire. Gonna load armor piercing to farm this Bismarck's broadside. You know, Sass went undetected, but that's fine. Because we got us a perfectly flat broadside Bismarck here to farm. There's the Marceau, but whatever. We're not throwing, are we? We shouldn't be. Marceau thought he was going to be cute and accelerate, or reverse rather. I honestly could just run at that Marceau. Oh, he's already just nice enough to just reverse out for me. How nice of him. Alright, that went well. Oh, we're not going to get the pelt, but oh well. It's a fun little game. And I think that really aptly demonstrates why I like no AFT on a lot of my destroyers. In randoms, I honestly would recommend Marceau to have AFT, but since this is a shared captain, I'm just running without it, which, like I explained earlier, is there's pros and cons. The pros are you have an easier time disengaging, but the cons are obviously you have less range to farm people with, so... and I think I demonstrated that fairly well in this game. It was a decent little game. We got a nice little chunk of damage at the end, but more importantly, we were able to cock block their destroyers from getting C, which really was the ultimate goal. I don't think they really ever got it between me, the Worcester, and mainly the Petro Radar, but yeah. That is going to be it for today, and I will see you tomorrow.